Alright, what's up guys? It's Nile, and welcome to my tutorial of how to find diamonds fast and efficiently. So today I'm on my Minecraft server, and we're gonna head down in the mines, and I'll give you my personal tips on how to find diamonds much faster. So let's get into it. Okay, so first you want to go down to bedrock, and you want to find the top level of bedrock. There's a few different layers of bedrock, but you want to find the top level, which I believe will be at position 5, which if you see my top left hand corner, I have my coordinates on and it reads 5. So just try and find your top level, and from there count up 6 or 7 blocks. It doesn't really matter. I personally did 6, but whichever way works. Okay, so after you've counted up 6 or 7 blocks, make yourself a little hub, and at this hub, just put like important things. So basically, what I did is I put a crafting table so I can make new pickaxes and keep mining, and then I also put an ender chest for my diamonds and emeralds. So just so I can unload them, and if I fall into lava, I won't lose them all. And then this chest right here is actually a system that puts the items into a chest minecart and brings it up to an item sorter, which I have up in my base. And I will be making a video on that in the future, so just stay tuned for that. And then finally I have a little clock, just so, I don't really know, it's just aesthetic and you can keep track of what time it is up on the surface. So basically, from here, as you can see, I've got many different hallways. So I'm just gonna find a new section that I'd like to mine. And also, in advance, I do mine my tunnels 1 by 3. You could do 1 by 2. It doesn't really matter, but 1 by 3 I would recommend, because there have been a few times where I found diamonds on the top block and the bottom block. Okay, so here we are in the new section. So, how I start off is I get myself an iron pick. Now this is just preference, but I use an iron pick to gauge how long my tunnel is going to be. So I start off by mining in one direction. So let's say my hub was in this area right here. I have my crafting table and chest in this area. I would start with a fresh iron pick and just start mining this direction. And what's going to happen is, once this iron pick runs out, oh, look at that. Oh, shoot. Meant to mine that with my fortune pick. But once this tunnel, I know this tunnel is complete once my iron pick runs out. And that's how I gauge the distance, just so I don't have to count blocks. And it makes just things a lot more passive. So, I will keep mining this way until this iron pick runs out. So I'll be back to y'all in a second. Alright, I'm back, and I just stumbled upon a cave. I actually haven't made it to the end of the tunnel. As you can see, my iron pick is still over halfway with its health bar. But I wanted to mention that if you find a cave at this level, you need to search through it. Don't just disregard it, because these are the most valuable caves you can find. You have a very high likelihood of finding diamonds in these caves. And maybe not even diamonds, but you can find at least gold, redstone, and iron everywhere. So I actually haven't explored this cave yet, so I'm just going to take a look around and see if I can find anything. Okay, so it turns out that there's literally nothing in this cave, but I promise you that most of the time there will be. And if I really wanted to, I could clear out all this water and just make sure that this water line isn't hiding anything. But from a quick look, I don't think there's anything there. So I'm just gonna get back to mining the main tunnel. And also, I did check around this lava pit just in case, because a lot of the time there are diamonds kind of hiding around this. That's very lucky if you can find diamonds that way, but I just thought I'd check anyways just to make sure. And also, I always block up to where mobs can't get through onto the main pathway. Just less likelihood of getting blown up by a creeper or anything. If you're playing on Java Edition, this method still works. It's pretty much the same. However, these torches, you can put them in your offhand, and that is very useful just to have them in your left hand, so you can have your pickaxe and your torches at the same time and place them with the left click and then mine. But I am on Xbox One, so I am unable to do that. Oh, that's the same cave. Never mind. I just finished mining the tunnel, and my iron pick broke. So that's that direction. And then this direction, you actually want to get another iron pick and mine all the way down to the end of this tunnel. Or, until your iron pick runs out. And what that will do is it'll give you kind of like a 90-degree angle to start your grid, which that is how we're going to be mining. And I think that is the best way to find diamonds. So, basically, once you get to the end, you need to actually make another iron pick and mine a tunnel again, the same direction as your first tunnel, so parallel to each other. You need to mine one this way, and then you need to have your other one line up exactly in the same direction, just a few hundred blocks apart. And what this will allow us to do is go back and forth between the two tunnels mining, and you'll be able to find tons of diamonds this way. So I actually need to make another iron pickaxe, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Oh, another thing, if you have shulker boxes, I would definitely recommend bringing those with you. That is a little, you get that a little further into the game, but if you do have them, definitely bring shulker boxes to bring wood and other materials that would be useful to prevent you from going up to the surface. And I just noticed that this pathway is actually not very long. I actually did this one before this video, so I need to extend this. Ooh, this is a very useful path. This actually goes to a monster spawner, so I need to remember where this is. I'd say that's a good enough marker. Alright, now I'm just going to extend this one a little bit so then we can start the process. So I'll be back in a second. Don't forget to light up all your tunnels because you don't want any monsters spawning inside and killing you with all your loot. And it's really not hard to do, and it takes absolutely zero resources to make torches, so you might as well just invest and not have to strain your eyes trying to look into the dark. Okay, so I didn't go a full pickaxe length in since this tunnel was already somewhat long, but I saw iron and I saw gold, so I thought it would be a good stopping point. And I would definitely, even if you don't need iron and gold and redstone, I would definitely mine it up because there has been countless times where I've mined gold and iron and right behind it there's been diamonds. And I mean, the more the resources, you're not hurting anything. Then I'll just go ahead and patch up the pathway just to make it neater and easier to find your way around. Alright, so we're going to head back to one of our first line that we took to get to this pathway from the original pathway we dug. Okay, so now I'm at the original corner where we started our first tunnel and then our second tunnel, and then at the end of this tunnel is where our third tunnel is. Right here is where you want to start counting. So you want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on the 7th block, you want to put a little indent like this. And then count 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you want to do this all the way until, I guess, your tunnel ends. Then you want to come back here to the same corner. And you want to start your pathway. And just mine all the way down this pathway until you reach your third pathway, the third one we dug. And this allows us to cover 6 blocks of stone without having to actually mine like all through this. If you want to be more precise, you can actually narrow this down. A lot of people will do 5, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this allows for a very small, like if there's any ore between these two pathways, you will see it. 7, you can definitely miss something if it's perfectly placed in the middle. However, you don't have to really worry about that often, and I have found tons of diamonds by doing 7, so you might as well just cover some extra ground. What really matters is how long your pathway between the two tunnels is. This pathway really determines how much ground you're covering, and the longer the width is between your two tunnels, the more likelihood of you finding diamonds. So I'm gonna just start mining, and I'll get back to y'all when I find stuff. Every time I go to mine diamonds, I start thinking about a time where I was on my friend's server back in the day, and this was on computer, and so I downloaded an X-ray cheat to where I could see through the ground and see all the oh shoot, silverfish. So I could see all like the ores and everything without having to actually like mine. And funny enough, I actually that's when I started this technique, and I developed like 64 diamonds without a fortune pick, and I was like so proud of myself. And I wasn't even using the X-ray cheat at the time when I found all those diamonds. But then I was on a Skype call with my friend one time, the one who actually runs the server, and like he was very hardcore and like was all about staying legit, and I completely understand that, but I just wasn't taking that world seriously. And I actually shared my screen with him, and when I shared my screen, my X-ray hack, I accidentally turned it on, and he could see that I could see through the whole world and find all the diamonds, and he literally was so mad. And I don't think I've played on that world since then, because I kind of got banished. And I kept trying to convince my friend that I literally mined him legitimately, and he would not believe me for anything. And I don't blame him, because who would mine diamonds legitly when they have an X-ray hack? Me. But I hope he's getting over that by now. And look at that, we've already found our first set of diamonds. It took about 2 passes, and I mean, it did take a little longer than normal, but normally you can find one at least every pass. This one just took a little more. So definitely bring a fortune pick with you if you can. If you can't, well, just start building up enchantment books and try and get a enchanting table set up as soon as possible, because a fortune pick, it changes the game. You get so many more diamonds. So we'll see in a second how many I get. So it looks like we have, there could be a few more, but it looks like we have 5, I believe. I always try and dig around it first, just to make sure there's no lava and other things that might destroy them or kill you. And there also could be a chance of extra diamonds diagonally. Okay, so let's see. As you can see, this is about 2 passes. So you definitely find a lot of resources. Alright, so let's just throw that off. Alright, and one deposit of diamonds has given us 11. Oh wait, actually 12. It's given us 12 diamonds with a fortune pick. So it would have given us 5 if I hadn't had a fortune pick. So that just shows you the difference it makes having an enchanted pickaxe with you. Alright, so I made it back to the hub, and I'm just going to put my diamonds in here, my emeralds in there, and then we'll put everything that I can sort out above, which is most stuff you'll find in a mine. I actually don't have a sorter for the rotten flesh. Oops. But we'll put all this in here, and that will just go up and sort it all out. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and let me know in the comments section how it went for you guys. And I'll see you next time. Peace.